This video is made for adult collectors because he hates cheap knockoffs or something. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen that thing called a movie. Stinger Studios. Why is that a tongue twister? Stinger Studios. I haven't even started. I already messed it up. Stinger's Studio Series toy. There we go. Was a disappointment to me. Its transformation was not fun. The robot mode looks off in so many ways, and it's burdened with year one Studio Series articulation and frustrations. The only reason I like it is because of the alt mode, because my favorite car is the Pagani Huayra. So I wanted this version a lot. The Takara one that never made it to any other market. It was only released in Japan and other Asian markets, but never made it to pretty much anywhere else like North America, the UK, etc. Which is a shame, because say what you will about the mold, this deco's badass. Stinger here was just a redeco of Bumblebee. No Pagani or anything, probably some sort of licensing thing or not lack of time to make a new mold or lack of budget to make a new mold. So his alt mode is entirely inaccurate, but his robot mode is really nice. The level of detail on this thing is really elevated by that red and black paint job. The amount of paint on here and where it's placed, it's just so nice. The chest details curve and flow so nicely for just being one part. Like the way they sculpted in all of those lines, it just works. Same with the legs. The curves to meet the knee pads and the distinct upper thighs are very Age of Extinction details, and they nailed it on this mold. And then this paint just makes it that much better. It's funny because like a couple years later we got this version and like, why did the last night get this naked ass Bumblebee? What happened here? The back isn't the cleanest. Oh, my mouse just, what? My mouse just literally kicked the bucket. Fun. The back isn't the cleanest thing in the world, but at this point we're so used to Bumblebees having the whole roof of the car on the back that I don't care. I like how the shoulder pads have a little bit of extra flair when rotated out. It's nice if you were to have like two of these molds, like a Bumblebee and the Stinger, and you want to like differentiate the two so you can flare one's shoulder pads out and leave the others folded in. Too bad I don't have Bumblebee and probably ain't gonna get it. The head is weird. So for every shot so far, he's had the battle mask on, because in the film you never see Stinger's face underneath, you just see the battle mask. It's probably debatable whether he has an actual face underneath that or not, but whatever. This toy carried over Bumblebee's gimmick of folding down the face mask, but like, it makes the head a strange shape when it's on. It sticks out a lot and makes it look very bulbous. Think of that Call of Duty meme, you know, Fope, that's just Stinger's face. And when you fold it up, oh, what have you seen? He looks like he's seen something he shouldn't have. Like Galvatron's shown him like a dirty pic and he's just like, why did I join this army? Needless to say, I don't like the face underneath, so the battle mask just stays on. It's those eyes. It's those piercing green eyes. He does come with the stars on his back, and they look kind of blech on the back and blech in his hands, so I just kind of forget about him if I'm honest. Like, I never understood the whole stars thing, and the Studio Series one also doesn't do it quite well because it sticks out too far. But here it's just slapped on the back and they call it a day. But the coolest part is the hand cannon. You flip the hand around and it just becomes a gun. I love that. Like, it's so integrated and simple yet effective. It's not blast effect compatible or anything, but you could probably modify it to be like that because that would be awesome. Well, so his posing is very 2014-esque. Like, it's not, obviously it's, scrap hook fell over. Obviously it's not going to be like this because, you know, this is 2020 or no, 2022? Yeah, 2022, not 2020. Yeah, 2014. And he does some really neat things that you don't get on toys like this, but they're not crucial, so all the crucial stuff is kind of missing. It's a bit annoying. Head is on a very expressive ball joint, so he can look wherever he wants. Shoulders can... okay, the shoulder pads don't tab in, at least on my copy. I don't know if they're supposed to tab in or not, because I've never owned a version of this mold, but on this version, they straight up just don't. So they move around a lot, and that's annoying. But shoulders can do a full 360. However, if you have the throwing stars back here, they get in the way. But now, there we go. He has double jointed shoulders, so he can shift closer in at the torso and further away on the actual shoulder itself. So you can get the arm to go out about that far, which is nice. And you can, you know, shift it up or down if you really want to. Elbow is a soft detent that bends about 90 degrees. The bicep swivel, oh my God, the bicep swivel. It's so stiff on mine. Like, it doesn't go out this way. It's really annoying. This way it goes fine. But if I go this way, it doesn't like it. This one's worse. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too scary. Nothing at the wrist, however. This one has the flip-out cannon, which also clicks into place, which is really cool. I like that. Nothing at the waist. There would have been room for a waist joint, but they didn't put one in there because it wasn't a thing back then to be common. Hips are weird because they have a little peg in the mushroom. Like, there's the mushroom peg on each side, but then there's a peg and a port within it. That means that they're going to move with each other. I don't know why they do that or why they did that because I don't really do it anymore. But yeah, it makes the legs move in tandem and it's really weird. But they can go forward that far. They can go back about that far. You can move the backpack out of the way to get them to go all the way back. They are detented here, and then they just stop being detented here. Both sides. Very strange. You do have... That doesn't tab in. You do have thigh rotation. Now, the way that this is sculpted here with the torso, you have this little spring thing here, and then like this piece of detail, that when you move the leg forward, they bump into each other. So you can't really use the thigh swivel unless you move it down a little bit. So if you have it up here and you want to use the thigh swivel, you're not going to be able to. So that's a bit unfortunate. It does have a 90-degree bend at the knee with the kibble that does kind of just sit there. It doesn't tab in, so it moves a lot. And then the feet, there's no ankle tilt. They are sculpted at an angle, but you can get down and you can get up. So that's nice. You can put him in like a walking pose if you wanted to. So that's cool. It's better than the other Stinger that doesn't even have anything at the ankles at all. So I'll take it. It's not the most posable thing in the world. It is posable to a point, but you can't really get it to look super dynamic. He does have a flight stand peg in his pee-pee, so you can like get him in the air if you want to, but yeah, I mean, what is Stinger really known for doing in the film other than dying horribly? Getting this toy into alt mode is a bit annoying. Lining up all the panels and getting the legs to stay in place can be strange. Using the throwing stars to tab the feet together does help the back, but putting them in makes you feel like you're going backwards in the conversion because the 5mm pegs push the feet out and it starts untransforming itself. It's very weird. I don't enjoy the conversion that much. Definitely better than the Studio Series Bumblebee though, because that thing, oh my god, does that thing hate being transformed. This Bumblebee mold was probably the last one to be a good conversion for its size, because the Last Knight's a little too complicated for how big it is, and then Bumblebee just got smaller and more complex. So doing this is a nice and refreshing sort of conversion after trying to do Studio Series. No, I'm not transforming it for the size comparisons. I like my fingers where they are. But the alt mode, accurate or not, looks epic. This Camaro I was never a huge fan of, but this deco makes it look so nice. The red and the jet blacks are just awesome. I wish the massive Decepticon logo on the front though wasn't there. I hate when they put massive faction symbols on toys like this. I don't like it. You can't remove it either because it's on top of a painted part, so you just remove the black paint too. The back end doesn't like tabbing in and the gaps do bug me because it's just so close to being perfect, but then this toy is just like, nah, and opens itself up. I do prefer the alt mode of the new one. God, I hated transforming that, but this deco makes the Camaro just look that much better. I got this for like 35 bucks off Buy, thanks by the way, sealed, and I'm okay with that price. If you find it for like 30 to 50 sealed, then I'd definitely say it's all right. That's Canadian dollars, by the way. I'd definitely say that's all right. If you look for it in North America at all, you'd probably find it for more than that, and it's not worth that much, so I would look elsewhere. I mean, the new one does exist too, but they both have their issues, which makes me really want Hasbro to redo this guy, because they did mention they want to redo a bunch of the old Studio Series toys again, because, you know, they need updates. So I hope they can get to a Stinger in the next few years. It would be nice. But that's been my look at, I almost said Studio Series. This is not the Studio Series, and I'm stupid. Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Stinger. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.